Welcome to the Let's Talk with Paula show, where we talk about many exciting topics, and we have our guest here that really he could talk about anything. If I say this, and he got it, because he really does a lot of research. And you know him, so I want him to introduce himself. I was glad that we got him back before the new year came in, okay? And so I want to welcome you, thank you for spending this time with me so that we can wish people a Happy New Year.
Not a problem. I always enjoy, have a good time when I come. We have good conversations before the show, after the show, during the show, and I'm prepared to have another one today.
And so it's a question that I have. I mean, a lot of times people ask me to ask questions to ask my guest. It's been a couple of times that there were questions that I wish that you had been here, because I can't remember right off the top of my head on what the questions were, but I knew it was a question I said that David's answered at one point in time in the show. And I think one of them was this, because I know you see a lot of commercials on television, and I'm not going to call anybody by name. I don't have any stock in them, but anyway, about getting insurance that goes from your street corner, I mean, you know, from outside your curb to your house, and then from your house inside your house. Okay, now should people, because it costs two different amounts, it's not one insurance, you have to pay for either or. Now, do they need to get both of them, or none of them, or one of them?
So what you're talking about is to cover something that all homes have. So with this type of thing, if you don't know about it, you're just gonna have to use your imagination. So imagine that your street, the street that you live on, underneath that street is a big pipe. And that big pipe has two pipes that branch off to every home on the block. And what those two pipes that branch off to the home do is they bring clean water into the home and they take dirty water out of the home. These pipes are underground. So what will happen is, if that big pipe in the middle of the street, if something happens to that pipe and it's damaged, stops working, malfunction, whatever the case, WSSC is gonna come out, they're gonna dig up that pipe, they'll find the damage, they'll repair it, and they're gonna put the street back. That's on them, doesn't cost you anything. Now those two pipes that run to your house, there's a property line where you're on this side, that's your property. On that side, that's the city. If those two pipes that run underneath the ground, if one of them becomes damaged, malfunction, stops working, if it's on the city side of the property line, it's the city's responsibility to dig up that pipe, repair it, and put the stuff back. If it's on your side of the property line, you are 100% responsible for having that pipe digged up, repaired, put the dirt back. This can be very expensive, especially depending upon what type of year that it occurs. If it occurred in the wintertime, in the dead of winter, and the ground is hard and frozen, and you got to get somebody to bring a backhoe out, dig up that pipe, find it, and depending upon where that pipe runs, sometimes that pipe runs underground leading to your house and it's just ground above it. Sometimes that pipe runs under your driveway. So now your driveway got to get banged out and you got to find the pipe, fix it. So your homeowner's insurance, some homeowners insurance companies do offer service line protection. Now, I wouldn't recommend the service line protection as an endorsement through your homeowner's policy, because it's gonna have a cap on it. That cap most likely is gonna be $10,000. And if your house is older than like 30 years, they cut that in half. So it's $5,000. That's not enough money. That's not gonna be enough money to dig it up, fix it, put it back. I've had it happen to a customer before, and she ended up paying like $15,000, $20,000. So that's not going to be enough money. The WSSC will send out mailers to their customers about a company, which you don't like using names because.
Well, we don't have any stock, so you can go ahead and say we don't have stock in this company, so that
the name of the company is like Home Serve USA, and what they will do is they're going to sell you. They'll cover either you can cover one pipe, or both pipes. So you can either cover the pipe bringing clean water in, or you can cover the pipe bringing dirty water out, or you can cover both pipes. I recommend you cover both pipes because you don't know which one is going to malfunction or have an issue. So you cover both of those pipes, you're probably gonna pay like $15 a month, $15 a month, depending upon where you live.
I don't even think it's that much because
it could be less.
it's less.
They charge based off zip codes. So
okay.
what you pay in one zip code, you'll pay a different rate in a different zip code.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
it's gonna, but the range is gonna be like $10 to $15 a month.
Yeah, and it's not. And see, but it starts adding up, okay, because the prices that they have for so much, for so many different things that you say, oh, dang, maybe I need to get that, right? That when you get through, you might be paying like $35, $40.
All you need to do is cover those two pipes.
Okay, because
you cover those two pipes. They got to come out, dig it up, fix the pipe, put the dirt back. That's all you want them to do. You're gonna need. I would recommend you get coverage because what happens is if there's a malfunction with your water, the water company knows when they send the people out to read the meters and your meter isn't moving. Once they know that your water's not working, you're going to have a certain amount of time and then they will condemn your home and you cannot live there.
Wow.
If you're making payments on the home, the bank doesn't care if your home got condemned or not. We need that paper. We need your mortgage every month on that same date, or we can begin the foreclosure procedures. So it's like this little snowball rolling downhill. By the time you get down to it wasn't that big at first, but by the time it gets to the bottom of the hill, it'll be a boulder.
Well, that's what I tell people about water. The water company tells me. Well, first of all, if you don't pay your water bill, I'm gonna say that they will take your home. Okay, so please pay your water bill. They have programs that are out here. Since you mentioned that, they have programs that are out here that will assist you in paying your home, your water bill. So you just need to check it out. Do not sit and let that bill get that big and then you're unable to pay it. The other thing that the water company will also tell you to do is to check and see, because by the time you hear your toilet running in your house, you got a big problem. It's when it's real quiet. They call it your toilet the silent killer in your house. And what they tell you to do is that every so often, if you haven't changed like the stuff that's on the inside of the toilet to make it function, to put some kind of dye inside the tank, like food coloring, or even, I don't know if I would want to use Pepsi Cola or not, but they say something that has color in it. And let it sit for 30 minutes and go back and see whether or not it has seeped down into the commode. Now, if it's seeped into the commode, that means that you got a leak. You need to fix that, whatever the inside is on the end. Call a plumber. Let me say that first because I'm not a plumber, okay? I'm just going to tell you some of the suggestions that they told me, and it worked. Turn the water pipe off until you can get it fixed, okay, so that the water's not flowing into the tank. So turn the water off, the little thing that's down at the bottom, turn that off, and then you can see whether or not the water's going to seep in the commode. Once that, then you got a problem, okay? And even though you don't hear it yet, if you continue to let it go, then once you hear it, you have a big problem. That goes back like that snowball going down that hill. So I'm saying check your water, make sure that the food coloring is not going into the commode, and if it is, then turn the water off and call yourself a plumber, okay?
Another thing that you may want to take into consideration, you want to always check your home for leaks. Of any kind, or look for wet spots. One of the things with homeowners insurance, a lot of homeowners insurance companies will not cover if you've had a extended leak that's been going for a month or 2 months, it's caused a whole bunch of damage. They may not cover that. There's a certain expectation that you will take care of your property to a degree.
Yeah.
You are covered for certain things, but like if you have a leak, sometimes with leaks you can't see. If a leak's in a wall, you can't see that. You just have to wait till you see signs of it. Water on the floor,
and
wet
then you got
drywall.
mold, and now you got mold.
And now you got mold, and most homeowners insurance policies don't cover mold anymore. I mean, You need to be vigilant with your home. It's a bunch of stuff that you can do to negate some of these issues. A lot of times with water, and most people are unaware. Most people think that their homeowner's insurance is like their auto insurance. When you have auto insurance and you got full coverage, pretty much whatever happens to your car, you covered. Somebody hit my car while it was parked, I'm covered. Somebody stole my car, I'm covered. Tree limb fell on it, I'm covered. You pretty much covered for whatever. You're just gonna pay your deductible towards the repair. With homeowners, it does not work that way. Homeowners, you are insured against perils. Perils are just causes of loss. What caused the damage that you're filing this claim for? If you're not covered for that peril, homeowners policy isn't going to pay anything.
And what do they used to call that? If it's something about God. What is it? They won't pay for if it was like a hurricane or something. It was a word they used to use. It was some kind of God. Something.
Acts of God.
Yeah, if it acts of God, then they're
they
not
cover
going to
acts
pay.
of God. I mean,
That's the one they do cover. Not
wind
the
is
one
an
they
act
don't
of
cover.
God.
Okay.
Hail is an act of God.
Okay. So I knew it was either
They
they
don't
did or
cover
they did.
acts of war.
Okay.
If somebody sent a bomb over here and it hit your house, the homeowner's insurance
Not
like,
gonna
nah,
pay
buddy.
for it. And you better hope you live.
I mean,
Yeah.
when you have mass damage, insurance companies, I don't want to say insurance companies find a way out, but if
They
they
do.
can, I mean, if they can, take for instance, Katrina. You're going to have people who live near the water in Alabama and live near the water in Mississippi and live near the water in Louisiana. When Katrina came, you could have had flood insurance. You could have had homeowner's insurance. You're going to file a claim with your homeowner's insurance, and you're going to say, the wind blew my house away. And your homeowner's insurance is going to say, no, the water blew your house away. You ain't covered for flood. And you, okay, I go to my flood insurance. Hey, the water washed my house away and took it away. No, the water didn't wash your house away. The wind blew your house away. I mean, a lot of people got caught up in that conundrum. If you didn't have actual video of your house being destroyed, you know, did the wind do it? Did the water do it? I mean.
Okay, so here's going back to that. This is a big thing too that people ask is, okay, you got a neighbor that has a tree that leans over in your yard.
I hate the tree question.
I know you do. But a lot of people ask, so is this that time of the year, okay? Because I'm going to tell you, a lot of people last year got caught up in that rain, and trees start falling all down in Bowie, because Bowie don't have nothing but some trees. And I don't understand why they don't. The mayor doesn't make a moratorium on something, cutting down trees or something. Anyway. If a person's tree is in their yard, but it hangs over to your yard and a bad storm comes and it knocks your roof out, who's responsible for paying for it?
Your homeowner's insurance policy.
Right.
I mean, you look at it like this. I'm Southern, and Southern people are more neighborly. I hate to say it like that, not like people in DC are mean or anything, but Southern people are more neighborly. We more in touch with our neighbors. We more inclined to be nice and do things for our neighbors just because we're neighbors. I mean, we live next door to each other. We need to get along, we need to agree, we need to help each other. So here, and the further you move up the East Coast, people are a little bit more standoffish with their neighbors. I mean, I've lived places where I live in an apartment complex and it's like 4 units in the building, and I'm the only person in the building that talks to everybody because they don't talk, they don't like each other, they don't talk to each other. And I'm just neighborly, nice, bring your groceries in, whatever. You probably want to try to be neighborly with your neighbors at first. The first thing that I would do is point out the tree to the neighbor and say that this tree, it's hanging over my property line. If something were to happen, this tree could hit my house. Could you please cut down the tree? I'll even put something towards getting the tree cut down, if that will help. And you know, you see how your neighbor come back at you. You know, they may say, okay, well, if you pay 20% or 25% of it or 50% of it, yeah, I'll get that done. That's my first thing. So if I get shot down with that, okay. Now, the Southern thing is gone now, and now I'm in city mode. All right, bruh. your tree hanging over my fence. I'm gonna call somebody out and get them to cut down what's hanging over my fence. If it falls on your side of the fence, that's yours to get rid of. Good luck with that, bro. And I'm telling the person, if you can make it fall on that side of the fence, there's some extra in it for you, bro. And I cut down what's hanging over my side of the fence. What you gonna say? I cut down what was on my side of my property. You got a problem? Cut it on your side next time. But that's a way. Now, we talked about the police and issues, and that could lead to issues. Another way is you write a letter and send it certified to the person, requesting that they please cut the tree down, and that it could cause potential danger to your home, to your family, yada yada yada. See what happens with that. Essentially, if somebody's tree hits your house, if a tree in your yard hit your house, if a tree in your neighbor's yard hit your house, your homeowner's insurance is going to have to repair your house. His homeowner's insurance is not going to repair his house. If you wanted to sue him, you would actually have to pay to do the repair, so that you have a bill showing what you paid, and then take him to court, which means if it's above a certain amount, it can't go to small claims court, which means you have to actually hire an attorney. You have to pay them by the hour. You'll end up spending a lot more money to get a smaller amount of money from this person. And at that point, you're just doing it out of principle. I would, at most, when you send that certified letter, you should have a copy of it. And they're gonna send you back a card, and that's proof that they delivered the letter to them. If that were to occur, what I would do is just cut what's over my house. But let's say I didn't and it hit my house. What I would do is I'm gonna pay the claim. I'm gonna file a claim with my insurance company. I'm gonna let them know what happened as far as the tree being from the neighbor and that I requested that he cut it several times.
Now, should they take a picture of the
It's not gonna matter. They
tree?
still gonna handle the claim, and I'm still gonna have to pay my deductible.
Mm-hmm.
At most, what I'll be able to do is once the claim is complete, I'm gonna take him to small claims court to get back whatever I paid deductible wise. My insurance company paid for the repairs, but I had to pay my deductible, which was my responsibility. So what I will do, yes, I'll take him to small claims court. I don't have to get an attorney. My deductible, $1,000, $2,000, and I'll get that back from him and the time that he had to come to small claims court.
Now, is that one of those claims that if you put a claim against your house?
All claims against your house are like that.
Okay.
If you get
Explain
paid,
that. Explain that.
If you have a claim, homeowner's claim, condo insurance, rental dwelling property policy. If you have a claim, you can cancel your policy and leave, but you're not going to be able to go to another major carrier until that claim is at least 3 years old. All the major carriers do that. So the major carriers are just going to be companies you've heard of. You know the name. Mm-hmm. State Farm, Allstate, Travelers, Nationwide. You know the name. You're not going to be able to go to one of those companies until that claim's at least 3 years old. If you have 3 claims within a 3-year period, you are going to get dropped. A lot of agents will tell you, oh, there's a possibility, oh, there's a chance. I'm telling you, you will get dropped. You're gonna get a letter in the mail from your insurance company, and it's gonna essentially say, it's not you, it's me. We need to end this thing. Good luck. On our anniversary, it's over. That same letter is going to your mortgage company if you have a mortgage. So your mortgage company knows that at renewal time, you're not gonna have homeowners insurance. So now your mortgage company is gonna send you a letter saying, you need to show me proof that you have homeowners insurance by this date, which is the date that that other company is dropping you. You need to show us you got homeowners insurance by this date, or we're gonna go out and buy some ourselves, and we'll just add it into your mortgage. Now, that's called forced coverage, and they can do that because you entered into an agreement with them when you signed the mortgage saying that as long as you were making the payments that you would continue to have homeowners insurance on the property to protect them as well. Not only just you, but to protect them as well. Until you finish paying for it, that's still, theirs.
Now, here's the question. So now if you just got an estimate, but you didn't actually pursue the estimate that was given, is that still like having a claim?
As long as the payment says 0, it ain't gonna count against you. If the payment say $1, it counts. A lot of people have this philosophy of no matter what happens, I'm gonna file a claim. And you really shouldn't have that philosophy, just because with homeowners insurance, you only got 3 claims in a 3-year period. So you don't wanna waste one of your claims on something that's small that you could pay yourself, because that claim still counts. And you don't know what's gonna happen. You should save your claims for the big things, because if you use one of your claims on something small, somebody broke a window, I got a $500 deductible and $900 worth of damage. Well, you paying $500, the insurance company giving you a check for $400, but that's one of your claims. Now, let's say over the next year and a half, a tornado comes through, messes up your house. The neighbor's house catch on fire and it leads to your house and your roof catch on fire. Well, there go your 3 claims. You about to get dropped. They're gonna fix your roof. They're going to pay for that. They're going to pay for your property that was damaged and lost. And then you're going to get that letter probably about 3 months before. It's not you, it's me. It's not going to say, it's probably, it may mention the claims on there, but it's probably not even going to say you had 3 claims in a 3-year period. Essentially, you're not a good risk to the insurance company. Insurance companies go off of statistics. They heavy on them. They beat us over the head with them. If somebody has an accident, whether it's at fault or not at fault, they're more likely to have another accident within the next 3 years. A lot of times, statistically, it's true. I look sometimes, a customer have an accident, and I'll just mark the date. And within 3 years, they have another accident. It may not be at fault, it may be at fault, but it's another accident. Insurance companies are looking, you have to look at it like this. People always say things like, well, that's what insurance is for. Well, you got to look at it like this. You're giving them a small amount of money, and they're on the hook for a large amount of money. You're giving me $100, you giving me $200 a month. And if somebody steals your $150,000 Mercedes-Benz, I got to give you $150,000. You've only been with me for 2 years, which means you've only given me $4,800 total. $150,000. You gave me $4,800. And I mean, people go, well, that's fair. Well, okay, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna give you $200 every month, and in 2 years, you give me $150,000. I mean, insurance companies are looking at, they have ideal customers. Those ideal customers are the ones, those are the people who, they'll call my office and be like, my cousin said he pays $65 a month. Well, your cousin probably never had an accident. Pays his insurance religiously, never files a claim, doesn't jump around from one insurance company to the next insurance company. He's an ideal customer to the insurance company. He pays his premiums, he does not have claims. That's the guy we like. Now, you come in, I mean, whenever you get auto insurance, I can see your driving history. I can see the accidents that you have. I mean, I asked the question, do you have any accidents? Do you have any tickets? And I'm mainly just asking that to see if you're a liar. Because I know, I'm looking at it right now.
But look, this is what the industry has done that I think that is terrible, is that somebody hits you, and now they're making your insurance company pay to get your car fixed.
That's dependent upon, I mean, like.
No, I'm sorry, I had that backwards. I'm sorry. I had that backwards. The insurance company would pay to have my car fixed, okay? But then when I have to go to PT or whatever, then they want to use my personal injury insurance.
Who?
The insurance company.
I mean, if you're talking about personal injury protection, yeah, everybody.
What is it called?
PIP.
It's called PIP.
Yeah.
So my personal injury insurance.
The thing about PIP is, one, a lot of people are cheap and don't put PIP on your policy. Put PIP on your policy.
I have PIP on my policy.
PIP is going to come insurance is regulated by the state, so it's going to be different in every state. So for Maryland, for instance, you only have 2 options, $2,500 or $5,000. You either got $5,000 worth of PIP, it'll go to you as the driver of the car, but it also goes to every passenger in the car. It can be used for medical bills and or lost wages. If you use PIP, it does not affect your policy. It can't make your rates go up.
Oh, okay. I just want to make sure that was right, because see, I didn't understand, because before, you told me when that person hit me, You don't need to get an attorney, Paula. Have the people fix your car. Your insurance company's going to have to pay. You got a good amount deductible. Don't. Why you going to have somebody else have them pay when you can do it yourself, right?
I mean,
well, I didn't realize because these attorneys are not doing what they used to do. See, one time they used to take care of everything. You didn't have to worry about it. You know, you go to them, they take care of everything. They don't do that anymore. You do the work because you have to talk to the other insurance companies. I'm talking about when they hit you. You got to talk to the other insurance company so that you can get your car fixed. You working that deal out, not the attorney. You working that deal out.
The attorney comes in for bodily injury.
Yes.
That's it.
And that's it. And that's a disgrace because
property damage. That's strictly on you.
Yes, but see, you didn't tell me that was going to be strictly on me because I would have really. I know you told me don't, Paul, do it yourself. You know.
I'm saying,
but I'm going by what used to be. Okay.
I'm saying do it for yourself for this reason. Number one. If you didn't break any bones, if you don't have any scars, if you didn't have to get any stitches, you essentially just gonna have soft tissue damage, sore muscles. When you go to rehab, they're just working the muscles. You're stretching. They're putting electrolysis on them. You're just working muscles until they get back into the shape of where they don't hurt anymore. So you're just gonna go to rehab 3 times a week for 2-3 months or something like that. When you get an attorney, what an attorney does is write a letter telling the insurance company that he represents you. Now the insurance company won't talk to you anymore about your bodily injury claim. They only talk to him.
That's right. That's the other thing. They don't talk to you. You pay the premium every month. They will not talk to you until they get permission from the attorney to say it's okay. My insurance company.
He represents you.
But this, I pay the premium every month.
But he represents you. I
have to talk to them to get permission from them so my insurance company can talk to me about paying off the insurance that I'm paying.
What he's going to do.
I'm just telling y'all guys this. It's not like it used to be. One time the attorney used to take care of everything. They do not do that anymore. They don't.
What he's going to do is he's going to send you to a doctor. That doctor's his homeboy. They play golf on the weekend. Yeah. The doctor's going to run up the bill. The attorney's going to get the check from the insurance company.
Yep.
The attorney's going to take his cut out.
Yep.
And he's going to take the doctor's cut out. And he's going to leave you what's left.
Yep.
Well, he might have got more money than you got if you did it yourself. But once he started taking out all them cuts, and the attorney's cut used to be 33%. Now it's as high as 40, 45. So once he get his cut, the doctor's cut, what's left for you, you could have done that yourself.
That's right. Could have done it myself.
You could have done it yourself.
So I'm just telling you, it's not like it used to be. So if you have an automobile and somebody hits you, okay, you best to look into it, you know, and talk to somebody like Dave, you know, just as a friend, and find out what you should do, because you are going to do all the work and you're not going to get no money, and you don't want to have the injuries. And with that, I want to say I'm glad we got that, because, you know, this is a holiday season, right? People out here hitting people left and right. They don't pay attention out there in the parking lots and driving on the street.
Okay, real quick. If somebody hits your car, the first thing you need to do is get out of the car, take pictures of your car while it's still connected to the other car. You need to take pictures of the person's license plate. The driver of the car isn't necessarily responsible for your damages or your bodily injury. The owner of the car is. Take those pictures. It's going to help you a lot in establishing how y'all hit each other, and you'll get the information. You can get the information from the tag number of who owns the car, insurance information. Everybody have a good night. We're going to say goodbye.
Happy holidays and Happy New Year.
Happy holidays.
Happy New Year, okay? All right.